Hi Jonathan, we have Ross County away on Saturday, another long journey. It wasn't too long ago we were up in Inverness. Can I just get your thoughts going into the match, please?
It's a tough game. Obviously, they're top of the league. They're playing some good football, scoring goals and not conceding too many. So it's a tough test for us again. And you mentioned Inverness there. It's a similar kind of trip, obviously, and it's a similar kind of game to expect where we have to be, really disciplined in our defensive side of things.
With this, do you take a similar approach to Inverness? They're obviously two different clubs, two different teams. Is it
Yeah.
still a similar approach, or
No, well, from our point of view, it's the same. Obviously, the team's got different characteristics and different players, and you look at Ross County, especially going in their forward positions, they have loads of options. So it's a tough game, and it's players that they kept from the Premiership. So it's they got some good caliber even to come on for the bench there. So it's hard to tell which way they're gonna line up. So it's more about us again and about making ourselves difficult to beat I keep talking about it, but the defensive shape needs to be right, and the pressing within that shape needs to be right, and if we get that, working again, like it has been in the last couple of games, I think we always have the skill and the players and the quality to score goals.
team must travel with a bit of confidence following last week's win against Falkirk?
Yeah, we will talk about it more, but it's something we need to build on. I felt the atmosphere here at Capello was great, and I think the player rose to the occasion. You could see what it meant to them, not just because of who we played, but you can see the togetherness there in the team and the fighting and the determination not to get beat. So everything that we did well, it's a minimum requirement from now on, and if that base is there, it's always good to go into games with that confidence that we know we're gonna get that every week from the players, and then sometimes you get the goal, sometimes you don't, sometimes you get the 3 points, sometimes you don't. But if that base is there, then you'll have a decent season.
Have you noticed the positivity in training this week as well after that result?
I have. I felt last week was really good as well. We had the 2 weeks off. I felt training went well that week, and training's been going well this week. And you can tell the players are happy and confident, and there's a little bit of competition as well for places, which is great. The subs did really well when they came on. All three subs did well when they came on Saturday. So you can see that as well. I think competition is great. That's what I've been looking for, and we're getting that now. So it's a good squad.
The Falkirk match saw the end of the first quarter. You weren't here for the whole first quarter, but you were here for, I think it was 5 of the 9 games. How do you assess that? And do you even look at a first quarter in terms of some managers I know will divide the season into quarters and look at it after the quarters? But I wondered if you do that, and if you do, what your thoughts were on the first quarter.
We have obviously our targets that we want to reach, but point wise, and you look at the teams where you feel like you can get the points, and feel like it's going to be a difficult game. Of course you do that, but it's something I keep to myself more than anything, because I know how unpredictable football is at times. The points are the most important thing, but it's also about performances. Some performances where you pick up points are not that good, and some performances where you lose is quite good. So it's about the performance as well. And I think if you get that level, as I said, like we had at the basic football things, if you get the level that we had last weekend, then I know in the long run you'll pick up points. But it wasn't, all of these quarters are important, because you played all the teams once now. So now we're going to the second one. We know a little bit more about the opponents, and the players know more about the opponents, and it's a good thing. You analyze the all the teams you played against and the games you played. So it is an important step, but I usually do it after we play the first two quarters. Then you can start looking a little bit more on the table.
You mentioned there that you obviously play teams for a second time. The team here have played Ross County, but that was before you were in charge, and they won that game 2-1. I know you weren't here, but is that something they can take confidence from, the fact that they did win a game against Ross County already this season?
Absolutely, and I think they scored 2 good goals that game, and I think that's a thing to bring in as well. I think it's the only game they've lost. I think it's a tough trip away. It's different at home, but I think with the Falkirk result here and with the last result against Ross County, of course, it should give them confidence, and I think as well we can cause them some real problems as well with the players we have and the type we have. So if we do it properly, we can cause them problems as well. It's not just about going there to set it up hard to beat. I think we can cause them problems.
It's obviously a busy period now too. There's a game on Saturday, and then Tuesday it's away to Queen of the South.
Yeah, it is, and it will test the squad, and that's why I'm so happy that the competition has been good in training and in the games, because we're gonna need everybody. We had 3 young players on the bench, deservedly so, on Saturday. But it also tells you a little bit. We have a little bit of an injury situation with forward players. So it's something we'll monitor, and after the game on Saturday, we'll assess the situation and then see who is available for the Tuesday. But we're going to need the whole squad, and we're going to need a few of the younger players as well.
It's a bit of a cliche, but is it important to just take it one game at a time then, and just not look too far ahead of the Ross County game to Queen of the South?
Yeah, it is important, and you know, in all kinds of things, you don't want to be talking about the next game before this is done. But then you only have a couple of days to reassess and to get your analysis done, and it's shorter than normal, and you know, with technology and stuff, it's not always possible to do the same stuff you want, and also injury wise. So it's something that's going to come quick, but we'll have a couple 3 or 4 hours on the bus home to plan it with the coaches, and then ready to go again on Sunday.
That's the thing as well, it's a lot of travelling. It's obviously away to Dingwall and then away to Dumfries within a few days, so it's not just 2 games, it's obviously a lot of travelling in that period as well.
It was and especially the recovery after the Ross County game is going to be key. No matter what happened in that game, is key that the players that don't get 90 minutes, that they do a little bit of work up there and come back in the bus and start recovering properly as professional, the ones that played in the bus. And then as I said, Sunday is a time to rest and time to recoup, and the Monday, you know, we need to go again.
Just on that note, could you give us an update on the injury situation, please, Jonathan?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky because with Conor Bell is quite close to fitness, but because he had a setback, we don't want to push him too quickly this time. Robert Thompson's doing really well, but again, because he has been so injury prone over the last few seasons, we wanted to get his body right. Not just his injury, but his body right when he comes back. Denny as well. We're looking at his knee, and because it's a serious knee injury he had, we want to take our time on this one. So we have young Ben Armour as well as a striker out. So we have 4 strikers out at the moment, and hopefully some of them will be involved in these 2 games, but it's too early to say.
What is Ben's injury?
Ben had a little bit, after one of the reserve games, he had a little bit of strain in his thigh. And it's one of those tricky ones. He's been trying it and then feeling it and trying it and feeling it. So that's why he hasn't been involved in the last few games.
Lee Coulter had to go off injured in the Falkirk match. How was Lee?
Lee is doing well. It was more a knock than a twist, which is always good. So he's used these days to calm it down. He trained some of the training today, so I'm hoping to have him in the squad for Saturday. And obviously Regan did really well when he came on, so I got good options on the right back. And
in terms of the dugout, Peter Houston is back in the dugout this weekend, is that right?
Yeah, he's back. He missed it because of previous arrangement. We couldn't get out, so great to have him back, and great to have him back in training.
Just one final question, was the Scottish Cup draw was made very soon after the final whistle on Saturday. It's Peterhead at home. Could I just get your thoughts on the cup draw, please?
Every cup game is tough. It's an experienced side, and someone that they're going to come here with nothing to lose, so it's us being favourites. But I'm happy we got a home draw, because I think any draw in the cup, the main objective for me is to get it at home for the fans and for the players. So I'm happy with the home draw.
Excellent, Jonathan. Thank you very much for your time, and good luck up in Dingwall on Saturday.
Thank you very much.